Hello, my dear students, and welcome back to your favorite ma'am. In today's class, we will take up a topic which we really need to work upon in today's age. So, in our science class today, we will talk about pollution of air and water. So, without much ado, let's start with today's lesson. So, before we start, I want you to think of the time when you were able to hold your breath for a long period of time. How much was it? 20 seconds, 40 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, or more than that. See, most people can hold their breath for somewhere between 30 seconds and up to 2 minutes. Some can even hold it up to 5 minutes underwater. But it is very difficult to hold your breath longer than that. Why? Because we survive because of this air around us, and our life depends on the air. So fresh air and clean water are the two main things without which we cannot survive. But in today's age, the air is polluted and the water is dirty by our own actions, and we don't have availability of pure water or fresh air to survive. All the living beings on earth need air to survive. Air is all around us, but we can't see it. So what is air exactly? It is made up of mixtures of different gases. The air in Earth's atmosphere is made up of approximately 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. Air also has small amounts of a lot of other gases too, such as carbon dioxide, neon, and hydrogen. So when the air is bad or the air quality is low, or there is the presence of substances in the atmosphere that are harmful to the health of human and other living beings or cause damage to the climate or material, it is referred to as air pollution. So when the air is contaminated by unwanted substance which have a harmful effect on both the living and non-living, it is referred to as air pollution. And the substance which contaminate the air are called air contaminants or pollutants. So when you think of air pollution, you probably think of giant industrial smokestacks or thousands of cars and traffic. Perhaps you visualize the smoggy haze that clings to the big cities, or you imagine what an acid rain sounds like. But when you think of air pollution, you think of the air outside your home. But you think that you can retreat to the safety of clean air in your own home, right? No, actually, the air quality in your home can be worse than the air quality outside. So, the basic types of air pollution are outdoor pollution and indoor pollution. Smog is an example of an outdoor pollution which is derived by merging two words, smoke and fog. Smog is used to describe the type of fog which has smoke or soot in it. It is a yellowish or blackish fog formed by a mixture of pollutants in the atmosphere which consist of fine particles. Smog occurs because of air pollution which can be defined as a mixture of various gases with dust or smoke and water vapor. It also refers to the hazy air that makes breathing difficult. Then comes acid rain. Acid rain is a phenomena that occurs when sulfur dioxide or nitrogen oxides combine with water vapor present in the atmosphere and fall as rain, snow, or fog. This causes extensive damage to water, forest, soil resources, and even human health. Acid rain is one of the consequences of air pollution. It occurs when emission from factories, cars, or heating boilers contact with the water in the atmosphere. These emissions contain nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxides, and sulfur trioxides, which when mixed with water becomes sulfurous acid, nitric acid, and sulfuric acid. This process also occurs naturally through volcanic eruptions. Winds can also blow sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxides over long distances and even across borders, making acid rain a problem for everyone and not just for those who live close to these sources. The effects of acid precipitated to earth as rain or snow have negative consequences. On one hand, it damages the nature in the form of acidification of soils, lakes and seas, while on the other hand, it damages the terrestrial and marine flora and fauna. On the other hand, acid rain also causes corrosion of metallic elements like building, bridges, etc., while also destruction of human heritage made of limestone buildings and historic statues, structures and sculptures. The Taj Mahal, which is famous all over the world, is also affected by the pollutants over 2 decades due to heavy industrialization in the places around Agra. The pollutants, like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, enter the atmosphere and dissolve with water vapor and come down as acid rain in the form of sulfuric acid and nitric acid. These acids react with the calcium carbonate of marble and degrade it. This phenomena is also called marble cancer, which has eroded the beauty of Taj Mahal. Next, we are going to talk about greenhouse effect, which is the result of the outdoor pollution. So what is greenhouse effect? Let me explain the whole process. The solar radiations reaches the Earth's atmosphere while some of it is reflected back into the space. Then, the rest of the sun's energy is absorbed by the land and the oceans, heating the Earth. This heat then radiates from Earth towards space. The heat is trapped by some of the greenhouse gases present in the atmosphere, keeping the Earth warm enough to sustain life. Human activities such as burning fossil fuels, agriculture, and land clearing are increasing the amount of these greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere. Then, this is trapping the extra heat and causing the Earth's temperature to rise. So the greenhouse effect is a natural process that warms the Earth's surface. When the sun's energy reaches the Earth's atmosphere, some of it is reflected back to space and the rest of this is absorbed and re-radiated by greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, ozone and also water vapor. The absorbed energy warms the atmosphere and the surface of Earth. This is also called global warming. Also, the chemicals released by our activity affect the stratosphere. Releases of chlorofluorocarbons, commonly known as CFCs, from heating, aerosol cans, refrigerator also destroys the Earth's protective ozone layer, which shields the Earth from harmful ultraviolet rays generated from the sun. Now let's look at some sources of air pollution. Some of them are mobile sources such as cars, buses, planes, trucks and trains. Stationary sources such as power plants, oil refineries, industrial facilities and factories. Area sources such as agricultural areas, cities and wood-burning fireplaces. And the last is natural sources such as wind-blown dusts, wildfires and volcanoes. We usually think of air pollution as being outdoors, but the air in our house or office can also be polluted. This is called indoor pollution. Sources of indoor pollution includes molds and fungus, pollen, tobacco smoke, pesticides, household products like hairspray, carbon monoxide, asbestos, formaldehyde, smoke from our cooking or fireplace, etc. Now that we know what an air pollution is, now let's know the causes of air pollution. The first is burning of fossil fuels. The combustion of fossil fuels emit a large amount of sulfur dioxide. The carbon monoxide is also released by incomplete combustion of fossil fuels, which results in air pollution. The gases emitted from the vehicles such as jeeps, trucks, cars and buses, etc. pollute the environment. These are the major sources of greenhouse gases and also result in diseases among individuals. Agricultural activities. Ammonia is one of the most hazardous gases emitted during agricultural activities. The insecticides, pesticides, and fertilizers emit harmful chemicals in the atmosphere and contaminate it. Factories and industries. They are the main source of carbon monoxide, organic compounds, hydrocarbons, and many chemicals. These are released into the air, degrading its quality. Mining activities also result in air pollution, as the mineral below the earth are extracted using large pieces of equipment. The dust and chemicals released during the process not only pollute the air but also deteriorate the health of the workers and people living in the nearby areas. And various other domestic sources like household cleaning products and paints contain toxic chemicals that are released in the air. The smell from the newly painted wall is the smell of the chemicals present in the paints. It not only pollutes the air but also affects breathing. So how does air pollution affect our health? Air pollution can have both short-term and long-term effects on our health. The short-term effects include irritation to the nose, throat, eyes or skin, headache, dizziness and nausea. The long-term exposure effects include diseases of the heart and lungs, cancers and many other health problems. Older people are highly vulnerable to problems. Children and infants are also at serious risk. Air pollutants such as ozone, nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxide also have harmful effects on natural ecosystem, affecting plants and animals. So what can be done to control air pollution? Switching to fuels like CNG and unleaded petrol, using public transport and carpooling when necessary, using nature-friendly fuels like solar energy, hydropower instead of fossil fuel, saying no to crackers, planting and preserving more trees, regular monitoring of pollution by the government authorities, and location of factories and industries must be in the remote areas to avoid problem resulting from air pollution. So we have covered all about the air pollution in this video. In the next video, we will talk about water pollution. How does water gets polluted? What is potable water? How is water purified? And what can be done to control the water pollution? Let's end this video with a wonderful thought. Your life is rare. Don't risk it due to polluted air. So if you like the video, don't forget to leave a comment, share and subscribe with your friends for upcoming videos. Thank you.